Hello, it's English Radio. I'm Vart. I want to speak about an interview which was taken in 2012 by one of the students of Mukhtar Sebastati Edu Complex. This interview was a very important one because here is a story about establishment of Mukhtar Sebastati Edu Complex. So the first question was, Mr. Belayan, how did the idea of having an Edu Complex occur to you? The answer was, that's a dear story, though a little long. Every person who has pedagogical ideas and wants to realize them tries to find some followers in order to turn the school into an educational environment, because environment is the greatest school. I had such a plan when I came to the school from Yerevan State University, where I was working. In 1985, the searching for followers brought me to the school number 183 in the southwest district of Yerevan. I was appointed headmaster of that school. That was a newly built district and everything was unorganized there. I was both lucky and unlucky as there were two deputy headmasters. They're as crazy as I was, and they were both Ashots, Ashot Manucharyan and Ashot Tabakhyan. Realizing that it was a very convenient time after Gorbachev's reconstructions, when the Soviet regime was dying out, we three Ashots made benefit out of that freedom. In 1989, we were at a complex. We were able to take the Armenian government adopt our educational project. Mukhtar Sebastati Edu Complex was established as an experimental research union, as an effective environment for the display of individual simulated chances, capabilities, and talent.
And the question was, and why was it named after Mukhtar Sebastati? And the after was, the educational and research environment of the Edu Complex is very much like an abbey. Creative and enthusiastic teachers are very much like abbots, aren't they? The southwest district of Yerevan reminded of an island then. It was isolated from Yerevan, from Armenia. And if we add our veneration to Mukhtar Sebastati, it will be clear that we choose the right name. We had to take challenging undertakings like Abbot Mukhtar.
The next question was, what did the complex look like at the very beginning? And here is the answer. Our mother school existed at the very beginning. It was Yerevan school number 183, where was there was an abundance of crazy ideas, but these ideas were unorganized and quite sweeping. There were a great number of children and the school building was only one. Then the kindergarten joined us, which was followed by gymnasium, new school, our pre-elementary school, trade school, and finally our media center, the chess school and computer school. In this way, little by little, our Edu complex became what we have now. Our key objective has always been to create a pleasant educational environment and not to allow any exterior factors to prevent our learner and teacher from being engaged in their favorite occupation and from displaying their personality.
Next question. What challenges and obstacles have the Edu Complex faced? The answer. It has had a great number of challenges. The main thing was to find the customer of our pedagogy. The Republic was newly formed, a free republic where human rights and freedoms were declared only to be slogans. In order to be really free, we had to find our customer. In other words, parents who wanted their children to be educated with our program. We have been able to form a grand army of customers. It is due to them that we exist. Our work.
And the question was, has media education always had priority in our Edu complex? And the answer was, yes, it has. We had the first educational Japanese computers, Yamahas, which were in Armenia. We had the first educational printing house and the publishing house, Sharik. And as our first steps in pedagogy coincided with the creation and widespread usage of digital means, we began to use them in education. We understood that they make learning more attractive and effective. That's why we implemented the usage of these tools in our educational program. Of course, it was difficult for us because they were expensive, but we showed that everything is possible if there is a great will. One can't have a projector or a smart board at home, but it is possible to have them at school for a whole class. We make sure that the children understand that those tools are supposed to serve them. In addition to our physical state of being, there exists a virtual life, which is the media world. We had to create our complex in this world too, and we created our school website. We created it to make education continuous, to enable the learners to tell about themselves because there is nothing more important than to obtain full information about one another.
What objectives has the EduComplex put forward? These objectives have been present in the form of educational projects, where projects which are going to be specifically present as order of drawings during the days of Sebastian. For me, the most vital the project's educational garden. What shall we do to find ourselves in the educational garden? By saying garden, I mean entirely looks after environment where people feel one another, where you are responsible for every spice and flower. The other projects makes our everyday school lives, trips and holidays fully educational. The 1 days, 2 days, 3 days country studying camps make educational more mobile. In the words, the learner and the teacher with their educational are everywhere. I also consider musical education and the activities of the school choir to be exceptionally important. I have always wanted 10 or 11 grader to do that intellectual works because a man will listen to Mozart in an intellectual. Education becomes a will reproduction without listening to Mozart, Beethoven, comitas. So we consider musical education to be exceptionally important, and in the result of this, the opening of our concert hall has taken place recently. We want everyone to be close to art.
Seriousness in everything, and any holiday demands a sort of preparations, and it is a convention for us to celebrate our holiday after September and October's preparations.